Tom is a design engineer working at Conveyor Limited and has to update a design. Due to the workload, Conveyor Limited is hiring external engineers to help them out during their workload peaks. Tom received a request from the shop floor that the motor axle does not fit the conveyor gear. Tom is looking at the design to better understand what is wrong with it. Tom sees that there is a gap between the motor and the gear. This needs to be adjusted. As Tom collaborates frequently with Mark from the external engineering office, he has already set up a collaboration folder in SAP IPD to exchange data. In this collaboration, he creates a new subfolder for the conveyor belt assembly. Tom simply drags and drops the assembly onto the folder. SAP ECTR determines all subcomponents and uploads all necessary files into the collaboration. Mark usually receives either an email or a phone call from Tom that he has some work for him to do. Mark logs on to IPD collaboration and navigates to the collaboration which contains the conveyor assembly. Mark opens the PDF shipped with the CAD assembly to better understand the structure and what's the top-level assembly. Mark then downloads the whole folder as a zip file to his local computer to start his task. He doesn't need any further software than the browser to collaborate with Tom. Mark can now start his work on the CAD tool and make changes to the CAD tool. Mark is measuring the diameter of the hole in the gear to adjust the shaft of the motor. Mark is adjusting the length of the shaft. Then he changes the radius of the shaft. To do all the changes, the context of the whole assembly was important to understand the surrounding geometry. Mark is saving the changes he has made on the component. As you can see in Mark's folder, on one file, the motor was changed. Mark then easily and quickly uploads his changed file via the drag and drop to the collaboration and informs Tom that his job is done. The next day, Tom is logging in again to import the changes back into his SAP system to update the product documentation for other involved departments inside of Conveyor Limited. Tom sees the changed timestamp of the file and starts to import the whole assembly. The dialog box helps Tom to better understand changed files and the ones which were untouched. He's clicking on Import, and the files are downloaded to his current working directory. The assembly is open in the CAD tool again, so Tom can review Mark's work and decide that this can be checked into SAP. In the Application Structure window, Tom can better identify the changed components with the context of the assembly structure. He can use a filter to just look at the changed objects. Tom is checking out the changed motor and saves the changes onto SAP. So finally, all the changes are completed. The assembly is up to date, and Tom is happy with the help of his external friend Mark.